Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Start Building Me, my nightly training session as a concept to prove to you that consistency is vastly more important than intensity and duration of your workouts. You've got to train every day, basically. Training is mandatory. I sound like a broken record, but I do not care. Consistency happens from repetition, so the more I repeat this message, the better off you will retain it, and the more you will understand that it's just something you have to do, like brushing your teeth, eating, sleeping, drinking water, hygiene, going to work, school, whatever it is that you do during the day. This is part of it. You can be really short and sweet with it. I usually try and get out of here within 15 or 20 minutes, but it's fringe benefit is that it's a quick workout for me as well. So it's something that I'd normally do to break up my evening, do some push-ups, do some squats. Then I usually go have dinner. But it's at the same time that I'm doing a vlog based off my usual training and diet exercise regime that I'm doing to show people what happens over time if you do exercise, basically, is the gist of it. But until then, move yourself through your joint mobility drills, maybe shake out your legs. Breathe is an important one, folks. If that's all you do at Start Building Me, even if you're confined to a wheelchair, whatever it is that you may be constricted by, take that time during the day to have a breather and think of what's really important in life, and breathing is probably the most important thing of all. I kid you, but I also kid you not, that is very much the truth. So what I'm trying to do is just to get your blood pumping over the course of the day. There are so many people that have chronic illnesses, comorbidities, so many different issues today. A big bulk of them come from inactivity, so sedentary lifestyle, and overconsumption. So I find that overconsumption is something that you can deal with if you remove that sedentary aspect of your life, and that's why I try to do this element of exercise with everybody. Overconsumption's a harder one to deal with, I find, than getting outside, breathing in the sun and listening to the birds chirp. You should really aspire to get outside more, folks. It's something that might seem that you're dreading whilst inside with Netflix, but trust me, nothing on Netflix is ever going to be anywhere near as fascinating or as beautiful or vivid on walking around the block wherever you are in the world. And I can say that with great confidence after living and working everywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where I've been, from places that are not traditionally seen as favorably aesthetically, they're still wonderful to get out and walk around. So look, let's walk and talk, or squat and talk as I say. What's that, folks? It's called a squat, aka exercise. So that's what we're trying to get into now. I'm going to open my stance a little bit. I stand a little bit wider, so when I do my squat, my back stays a little bit more perpendicular like that. Really, in the grand scheme of things, if your back comes forward like that, or your head rather goes forward from that perpendicular line from the ground, squat and walk, squat and walk, squat and talk. It's no big concern, folks. I'm sure some form sticklers will say that it is, but really, unless you've got a load on your back and it starts coming forward and you really round out your back like that, I wouldn't be too concerned at this stage with that. Really, try to keep it straight, but if not, and you've got your legs closer together, as long as you've got that curve in your spine like that instead of like that, that is fine. So whatever you've got here, give me some squats. Continue to breathe. If you can do one squat, take a breather. Walk around your room if you're doing this in your room. If you're doing it in your office with people giving you a weird look, tell them to stand up and give you some squats as well. If it's in Europe, it's a perfect time. You've just got into the office. In the UK, you've been in there for an hour. In the rest of Western Europe, or you're, getting driven by your boss hard in Australia still, at least on the East Coast where most people should be wrapping up. If not, and your boss has got you at your desk, at least you can stand up, do 3 squats, have some breathers, push-ups in the office bathroom. I've been there before. I've done squats in the office cubicles. You know, wherever you can make it work, down in the car parks. I've gone and done skipping in various hospitals. I've done chin-ups off the stair rails at staggered in fire escapes. I've done all kinds of resourceful training methods, folks. Really, sadly and brutally honest, as I always say with health, that you can't cheat it. You're only cheating yourself if you don't do this. Nobody really cares if you don't exercise, but you will. It will get to a stage in your life where, my goodness, it will become 10 times harder unless you've done it before. The green frog is back, trying to haunt me. Well, if he's wise, that's right, he'll shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you've got 5. Do 5s, do 3s, do 10s, do 20s. You could do them non-stop for the time that I'm doing squats here. That is the whole point of Start Building Me. A professional athlete could come do this and benefit from it. If they had a bit of time, 15 minutes, and they wanted to do squats for the whole time that I was here, that would be beneficial for them. There is no sport, professional or amateur, or any aspect of somebody in their life that wouldn't benefit from squats and push-ups. It's that simple. Unfalsifiable, folks. That's what science is all about, is finding unfalsifiable truth. It is unfalsifiable to say that if you are have the capacity to exercise, that you do not benefit from this. That's a guarantee. Life, death, taxes, and that exercise will improve the quality of your life. I would love to have that debate with somebody. I would love to see them fumbling around with their bag of tricks trying to find out something, how they could discredit what I'm saying. I'm ready for it. I would relish this online debate, and that's why it will never happen, because nobody is that stupid, folks. Nobody is that stupid. This is a guarantee in life that pumping the blood through your body is something that improves the quality of your life. It's that simple. We used to do it up until the Industrial Revolution all the time. If you wanted water, you had to go to the well and get it. If you wanted to go get some food, you had to go and pick up the eggs from the chickens and go and get stuff to turn into flour or whatever it is. There was actions that were required before you could go and do this sort of stuff. So it's what people don't do nearly enough of anymore, and that's what I'm trying to get people into the habit of. Very simple, folks. Very simple. Get the blood pumping through your body. Get breathing. And my fringe benefit, of course, is speaking on camera and practicing speaking on camera, which I've been doing now for nearly 3-4 years. 3-4 years come March. And I'm getting a lot more comfortable at it. Obviously not perfect at it. The hardest part is trying to read and look at the camera at the same time, which I obviously do not have to do now when it's live streaming. But I'm going to have to work on that. It's tedious. Exercise is not tedious. So breathe, sitting back into your heels, weights going back into your heels. Even if my back is going forward like that, it's not rounding, folks. It's staying in that neutral position. You might only want to do singles. Take a load off. Take a load off, have a breathe. This is something that you should be able to do all day, every day. They're the biggest muscle groups in your body. Pushing yourself up against gravity, folks. This shouldn't be something that you struggle with. As you can see, I can literally squat and continue talking at the same time with a reduced cadence, frequency, whatever you want to call it. Excuse-moi. Slug too many electrolytes before coming in here. Got a few too many sun rays in me today. It's when I start glitching out, you'll always know. And Dave, did you listen to an audiobook in the sun today? How did you know? How did you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And take a load off. Do a couple more of these and we'll do some push-ups or variants of push-ups. Push-ups off your knees, loading up your shoulders, stretching your arms, whatever it is that you want to do. You do not have to do push-ups. Push-ups is just my recommended guide. Any variations off these push-ups that you choose to do are fine, you know? You've got to start building you somewhere. Hope you've had a good day wherever you are. I hope you're starting to have a good day wherever you are. We're almost there, towards the end of the week. My week's been going fantastic. I've substituted a lot of my rides this week with max headroom dialogue, seemingly. With a lot of weight training exercises. I'm really trying to strengthen up my chicken legs, trying to make sure that I can get a little bit more power output and endurance for my rides when I start for this month. So I'll do some slow casual rides, do some power, functional threshold power training protocols, which I'll be getting into on my rebuild series in good time. But that is not for Start Building Me. That is for Start Building Me's rebuild series, which is my vlog series that I've been doing now for nearly a month about how I get back into my training protocols after being a slacker, letting my muscle mass go, and regretting it massively once I start back at the gym again. Anyway, let's bust out maybe 10 more squats, do some push-ups, call it a night. What do you say about that? I'm lost for words. It's very rare that happens, folks. So let's just take that as a gift from God. My gift for you is my silence. Widen stance, open up those hips. I might go and do the Theragun percussive massager and really work on my legs after I've given them a good working over today with some hell yeah, right on. That's what we want to hear. Positive messages on Start Building Me around, folks, and that's really what this is about. Your life improves with exercise. People really think they struggle with this message, but for the love of whatever deity you choose to worship, folks, your life gets better with exercise. Unfalsifiable fact. One of the wonders of the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The more consistent you are with something, the more repetitions are involved, the easier something gets, the more enjoyable it becomes, folks. It's just that process. It happens with anything in life. When you start playing guitar, it sucks, it's hard, it's annoying, and now you sit down and just watch TV and noodle away, and it's, you know, some of the best stuff you do all day. So let's switch down to the floor cam. Get some push-ups out of here. Now look, as I'm always explaining, if you can't do a push-up yet, you might just want to stretch your forearms. So spread your fingers and get back so my face is more visible there. My valuable face being cooked by vitamin D or gamma rays specifically all day. You can just walk your weight out over your hands and give your forearms a bit of a stretch. Maybe that's all you're up for and Start Building Me. Maybe you are unable, try that again, to support your weight in any form. So you just want to walk your body weight out over with your spread fingers like that. Stretch your forearms. It's really good for me. I get problems with my medial tendon there in my elbow, and it usually results from flexibility issues in my wrist, so I have to stretch out my wrist. So even for me, this is really good, and I might just do some push-ups to get the blood pumping through my upper body. I could do them off my knees. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit back, click my back. I could do 5 normal push-ups. Tension in your butt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you feel the blood coursing through your veins, pumping through your blood vessels, stretching out your blood vessels, folks. Guess what that gives them? Elasticity. Your blood vessels can harden. When they harden, they become useless, folks. So you really want to make sure that you're practicing that flexibility of your blood vessels, that elasticity of your blood vessels is something that's very, very underrated. That's why exercise is a bomb. You're just making your body do everything that your body should be doing to stop being stagnant and to maintain growth, maintain health, push everything through the filters, etc., etc. You got to do it. You got to do it. It's like saying, oh, you know, I'm pretty healthy, but I don't drink water. You know, I don't drink any fluids with water. It's just like, that's going to be terrible for your health. You're like, well, I exercise, I eat right, but you know, I don't have time to sleep, so I never sleep. You'll die. With exercise, it's just a slower death, you know? It's like you can get away with it for a lot longer because people sort of, you know, shuffle themselves around a bit every day, but it's all well and good for a few decades, and then for whom the bell tolls. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hooey. What have we got on the clock? 17 minutes. Let's try and get out of here by 20. So 3 more minutes. How many sets have you got left? I reckon I've got another 10 or 20. I didn't do any bench today. Nothing chest centric. Today was actually my gym off day, but I went to the gym anyway and just did a core session, did a run because I didn't want to ride, did some arms because you can thrush your arms, my neck because I love thrushing my neck. It's the true Achilles heel. Our Achilles heel is not our heel. Our heel is nowhere near as big of a weakness as our necks. Your neck is a component of your spine, folks, and without your spine, there's no life. So Achilles heel, you might not be able to walk. No spine, you're not going to be able to live. So don't worry, rebuild series and the Start Building Me will include the basics of neck strengthening exercises, but that's not what my basic training schedule is all about here. My basic training schedule is just to try and shout at as many people as I can online to get them doing this, which is pushing blood through their body. Can't do a normal push-up, do them off your knees. Can't do them like that. Take this more right angle version and just dip into your shoulders like that. Will still be pumping the blood around your body, folks. Whatever you want to do, there's plenty of variations. Hit me up on social media, ask me any question that you have. Snap your fingers, snap your neck. Jun, 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 jun. Yeah, prong. Or who did it? Grinspoon did a cover of that as well. Quality, old school, heavy metal. Already got 8 on the clock. Still got plenty of time. Be able to get 30 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What are we looking at now? 18:47. See, folks? Breathe in between. Take a load off. Plenty of time, as always, to exercise. Only going to be here for another minute, folks. So, love you wherever you are in the world, whether you're watching it live on repeat, whatever. Introduce yourself. Hit me up. Send me a message. Say good day. If you haven't already, ask me any questions. I'll point you to the YouTube channel to show you basically where I am starting at and where I am going from here. And getting back into the social media side of things, it's just ridiculous, folks. There's so many different platforms. The only one I refuse to go on to is TikTok, as I refuse to have my data pimped out to the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, folks. It might seem trivial to you. After all, our data's been pimped out by 5 ways, including every single other government in the world. But hey, if I can restrict it to the ones that run our countries, then so be it. 10 more seconds. I'm going to do 10 more anyway and get out of here. Love you, folks. Have a good night and keep exercising. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that green frog is asking for it. Anyway.